Bro, I want to talk to you, man. Okay, so there's a guy, formerly of the Major Bros, the Edgeheads, woo woo woo, you know it, man. Zack Ryder, who has been making waves on the independent scene. He's been doing this thing in GCW, even trolling the internet with calling himself the Hardcore King. Chelsea Green, she's out here doing her 1-2, bro. Right now, you got Matt Cardona out here on fire. Now, we've seen massive releases the last year or two from WWE, especially since the pandemic began. You're starting to see people go out here, man, and really be who we thought they could be. And you got people out here who we didn't even know they could become this version of themselves, i.e. Matt Cardona. Bro, how much of a blessing in disguise has it been as a wrestling fan to see certain releases? Okay, let me ask you this. Let me simplify this. Which release or releases that happened initially were you pissed at, and then you see what they've become now, and you're like, you know what? I'm glad they got released. Is there any one or two
all
people,
the ones that matter?
Several.
Not particularly. All the ones that matter. And we still haven't seen Bray Wyatt yet. Braun showed up, but we'll see how that works out moving forward. But I think that was for Ring of Honor, which that's going to end. So not sure how long that's going to go. But right. As of right now, all of those who matter, and when I say that is all those who were somebody that we were all scratching our heads wondering why the hell did WWE just let that person go? Okay, and all of them have pretty much made their mark in the company. Think about it, or somewhere. Andrade, Malakai Black. When you look at Bryan Danielson, when you look at the Good Brothers, when you look at everybody for the last couple of years, man, there are some of them they've made a bigger name for themselves independently, and for all these other companies, because that's still they're still banking off the hardcore wrestler, and that's the key ticket right there. It's the hardcore wrestler. So, there's no one particular person like Matt Cardona. I've never really been a huge fan of him. Like, I've given him his props that he's been able to do what he can do. Like, for the fact that in WWE, like, this dude was getting himself over. I've always respected that. I've always respected the fact that this dude was getting himself over, not even wrestling, and he's the hottest thing on the ticket, but yet y'all don't want to put him out there. And when y'all do, y'all just make him look weak, but yet the people are still behind him because yet he is still proving he can get himself over. Damn, if I don't know, that's a star in the making if you don't know one. But
right.
I can never say I was ever a huge fan of Zack Ryder, but Matt Cardona, he seems a little bit more legit. I hope he has enough time to really flesh this thing out and really, take it to the moon, because he deserved it. I think that's just probably what it is. It's just a fact of wanting to get behind him and then seeing him crush so much and seeing him now. It's like, it's good to see what he's doing. Yeah, that was the worst thing. Like, you gave him a WrestleMania moment and then you had him lose it the next night to The Miz. For what? Just The Miz could have won it a month or two later. You could have let him ride with that. But
right.
Not to say I wasn't the biggest fan, but not to say that I'm not happy or cool with what he's been doing, because he's definitely been making a name for himself on the independent scene, and it's just him continuing to do what he's doing. And now that he's not restricted, now that he's not being held back, he can go out there and do what he do. And he's been doing it. And now we just want to see him doing on a bigger stage to see if he's really that dude. Can he really be that dude? Like, that's what I want. If anything, do that.